Now we want to go back to the people behind the snowstorm in Jerusalem. We're talking about the people who volunteered to help, to assist medically, spiritually. And today we're talking with Dr. Joyce Morel, who immigrated from Canada not long ago. Shalom, Joyce.
Hi, Yoni.
So tell us how you found yourself. It was a Friday morning walking in the deep snow from the neighborhood of Har Nof, and your journey began from there.
I woke up on Friday morning at 5 to get ready to go to work, and I got a message on my Mirs, that's the Ichud Hatzalah radio, that they need a lot of volunteers to go to the entrance to the city of Yerushalayim. So, of course, I'm going, but there's no way to get a ride, so I decided I'm going to walk. This kind of weather is nothing very exciting for Canadians, as you know, Mr. Yoni the Canadian. And so I put on my down coat, 3 cashmere sweaters, my Land's End boots with treads, a few pair of tights, and started walking to Knesset La'ir. On the way, I actually got a ride part of the way with some kind people with a Jeep, and got to the Knesset La'ir, to the gas station there where we were all supposed to meet, and there was no one there anymore. They had all gone, all the Ichud Hatzalah volunteers had gone to help other people. So I called the Moked. They told me to proceed to Binyanei Ha'uma, the convention center. So I walked from there. There I walked all the way from the entrance to the city to Binyanei Ha'uma, and set up a medical stand there where we took care of a lot of people. So mostly it was people suffering from cold effects, a few from actual hypothermia, some frostbite, and a lot of people with terrible anxiety about the trauma that they've gone through, sitting in their cars for 12 hours in the cold without any food or drink and no washroom facilities either. They were pretty traumatized.
So you met the people, you were helping them. What can you tell us about their situation? Also, how was their spirit?
So this was my first experience actually setting up and running a mobile aid center. And it was kind of challenging because I'm used to working in an emergency department or here at Terem, and here we have all the facilities. We have nurses, we have paramedics to help. There were quite a few paramedics and chofshim, medics helping, but we didn't have a lot of equipment. It took a while for the city of Jerusalem to bring all the stuff that we needed, like blankets and socks and things like that. They did provide a lot of hot drinks, which was very helpful for dealing with people who are cold, and the place wasn't heated. So there were quite a few challenges in trying to take care of these people who were cold, who basically needed passive rewarming.
Now, as a fellow Canadian, a fellow Torontonian, how do you see the way Israel dealt with snow? You saw lots of snow in your life, but how do you feel that Israel was dealing with a big snowstorm in Jerusalem, throughout Israel?
In Toronto, this snowstorm would be nothing. They would have cleared the roads within a few hours of the snow starting. Nobody would have been stuck in their cars for many, many hours. And people who go out in this weather into their cars are dressed properly for the weather. They know what to do. By the way, if anybody is driving in the winter from now on in Israel, they should know to have a little candle in the car with matches. And if you light a small candle in the car, it will keep the car warm enough so that you don't suffer from hypothermia. Just keep the window cracked a little bit so you don't get carbon monoxide poisoning. It's a good idea to have blankets in the car also, and some chocolate bars and nuts, something to eat also.
Now, we understand that your connection to volunteering, first aid, volunteering, began actually at the funeral of Rabbi Ovadia Yosef.
So my connection with Ichud Hatzalah started during the funeral of Rav Ovadia Yosef Zatzal. I was there with as many hundreds of thousands of people, and I saw some Ichud Hatzalah paramedics standing and helping people. And I went up to them and I said, I'm an emergency physician. If you need my help, I'm ready to help. And they said, stick with us. So I did. We helped a number of people there in Geula. And then we got a call to go to the cemetery in Sanhedria. We got into a little car. There were 4 big paramedics and me. I got to sit in the front seat. They got to squash in the back seat. And on the way, we got a call that there's a woman in very strong labor in a religious neighborhood in Jerusalem. They asked if I'm interested in helping, and of course I said yes. We showed up at her apartment, and she actually was in quite heavy labor. And together with the Ichud Hatzalah paramedics, we delivered a Baruch Hashem healthy baby boy. It turns out that the mother of the baby is my son-in-law's second cousin, so I delivered my grandchildren's cousin. And then we got a call 5 days later asking my husband and me to be kvaters at this baby's bris, which was a real honor. And together with the paramedic who brought me into Ichud Hatzalah, Yehuda Tias, we participated in this baby's bris, which is pretty special. And since then, I've joined Ichud Hatzalah.
Dr. Joyce Morel, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very, very much. And it's a real privilege and a pleasure to be part of such an exciting and important organization here in Eretz Yisrael. And it's absolutely wonderful to be able to help take care of our fellow Yehudi.